Yerrrrr, what's good, what's good, what's good? This is, let me start that all over. Yerrrrr, what's good, what's good, what's good? I've been feeling the browns lately, so browns for fall, I guess. I don't know. But life update, because we're in Q4 now. It went by so quick. It feels like I was just starting this channel. But life update, all right? So I dropped my book, Interlude. That's my name on it, mama. That's my name. But yeah, I dropped my book. And if y'all know me, y'all already know I wrote stuff down. So I'm going to get to reading. So when I dropped my book, my friend read it and we had a conversation. And she essentially asked me how I learned to believe all the things that I wrote. And just for context, my book Interlude is out on Amazon. And if you guys want to read it or want me to read from it, let me know. But I think my other friend described it perfectly. I'll also drop the link in the description. She said, the book is you. The advice you give, your perspective on life, your creed, felt like a poetic conversation I've had with you in moments of uncertainty, grind, despair, or on the precipice of something new. And then she also said, I didn't realize that it was your self-talk also. Duh. Like, of course, I've been through it too, and I've had to get through it too. But back to the conversation with the initial friend asking me how. And it was hard to try to give her advice because our journeys are different, right? I could tell you exactly what I did, but it may not help you. None of this is advice, by the way. Just speaking on my journey. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Essentially, I told her I went on a deep dive to fully understand myself and forgive myself and fully accept myself. And that was a period of isolation where I was my only company. And it was really almost like me forcing myself, like, yo, look at it this way. And this is me talking to myself. You're only getting one shot at this, so make it enough. And it also sparked in me my creed and my beliefs. Like, why would God make me and intend for me to be miserable? The past has already happened, but I still have a future that I can make what I want it to be. And I got angry and I wrote and I cried. Man, were there tears. And I just really decided who I wanted to be. And then I saw my grandmother on her deathbed, scared to die. And I think we all at one point or another have been scared of death. But just so you understand this fully, she had lung cancer. And lung cancer is really tricky. There was a period where she was like OD sick and we thought that was the end. But then there was a period of some weeks where she was doing so much better before she passed away. But in that period of her being OD sick, she had no peace. And I knew it was from all the suppression she had lived with and the regrets of things not said and things not done. So I just knew that I didn't want to live my life like that. And I'm named after her. And she's the first part of my name. I'm named after both of my grandmothers. So I felt like, in a way, me taking on really living was for all of us. Like, it's for who I'm named after. Like, we're going to do this together. Like, let's get it. My other grandmother's still alive and she's very much lively and she's 81 and she's making plans and shit. And it's mad dope to just see that and put that into perspective. Like, if you're 20 something or 30 something or any something under 81 and you think you don't have time, I'm here to tell you, you got time. But back to me trying to understand myself. So I dove into astrology, and I mean that by like getting readings of my birth chart. Then I discovered human design. Then I discovered astrocartography, and this isn't in order. Then I got an akashic records reading and a healing. I had ego deaths, for sure had ego deaths. And then I had my core group of 5 friends. And it was just like, the way I feel when I get with them is the way I always want to feel. And like, of course, there are certain vibes that only certain people can bring. But generally being at peace, happy, loving, being loved, laughing, living, etc., etc., I deserve that on a daily basis. So simultaneously, while I'm discovering all these ways to understand myself and who I was and who I can be, I was creating who I wanted to be. And me and God were really just eliminating people. And then he was putting me in the right positions to meet new people. So the people that were at it were aligned better to where I was going. I unknowingly healed my nervous system. Healing my nervous system, and that concept is brand new to me. So yeah, I could tell you all the ways that I came to believe everything that I wrote in this book, but our journeys are different. But I do hope this helps. So writing was really big for me, and just going through all the emotions I needed to go through. Like, I suppressed nothing. If I needed to cry on a random Wednesday on the train on my way home from work, then that's what I did. The tears just flowed. And I think healing is a journey, and it's not linear. So as you're healing, you should definitely still be living and still be saying yes to things that make you feel good and no to things that don't make you feel good. And yes to all the things you want to do and no to all the things you don't want to do, because this is your world and you should be at the center of it. In order to make a happy household, you need to be good, because this is your world and you should be at the center of it. This is your story and you should be the main character. This is your life and you should be living it. You deserve that. But yeah, that was kind of me ranting, but it also brings me on to the next subject. So when my grandmother was in the hospital, I became completely engrossed in the idea that suppression and trapped emotions can cause disease in the body. So I had ChatGPT create me a curriculum, and for Q4, we're going to talk about, spoiler alert, essentially how the body keeps score and how to help it. Also, back to the healing not being linear and it being a journey, but you still need to keep living. I knew that I was better than I was before because I started making plans. Like, I slick have things on my calendar right now for 2027. I started wanting to feel the feelings rather than being numb. I started giving myself grace. I started being vulnerable, y'all. Like, when I got my birth chart reading by Novi in 2019, she told me be vulnerable, and I just couldn't fathom it. But now that I am, it's so lit. I'm ready for love and all that entails. I trust myself enough to walk away from anything not aligned or not for my highest good. I could see myself getting married, y'all. Like, whoa. Never in my life did I imagine that. I started living like all my dreams could come true. Living and doing what I want to do, like traveling the world, even if I was scared of the uncertainty in doing that solo. We'll definitely get more into solo traveling. I actually do have a video that I just dropped a few weeks ago about solo traveling. I have nothing all figured out, but right now that's the fun part, the fun and frustrating part. I started wanting to create space for my people, and I was having a conversation with my cousin because I'm like, I'm 32 now, and I felt this calling to create my brand around the table, which we'll also talk about, which will be like different immersive events. And I said, I don't know why I turned 32 and now I want to be in my hosting bag. And she essentially said, when you make space for yourself, of course you're going to want to make space for others. And I think she put that so eloquently, and that's going to stick with me forever. I'm really extremely grateful for where life is right now. And I realized that laying in a hotel room in Amsterdam, like, I'm not where I really want to be just yet, but I'm excited and thankful for the journey ahead. And I'm thankful for the journey that's behind me because it got me to where I am today. And y'all are going to see everything, because another way I knew I was better than I was before was actually wanting to document things and have archives and records for myself. But yo, one life, let's live it. I want to bring y'all in and share it with my people. And that is my life update. October 20th. I don't know when I'm going to drop this, but hopefully soon. I do got to edit it up. But yeah, we're going to dive into things. Let's get it. Peace.